Hello, I'm Jim Yarbrough, and welcome to We've Got Books. And boy, do we ever. We are three authors, myself, Jim Yarbrough, Anne Green, and Lana Newman Cruzy. We're coming to you from the big sky country of Dallas, Texas, where everything is bigger, gun-toting, football, and our southern drawl.
Hi, I'm Anne Green.
Hello, I'm Lana Newman Cruzy.
We'll be your hosts for We've Got Books. And we're excited to tell you about our newest books, as well as our interview with other fabulous Christian fiction authors about their books. We'll sit around the table chatting to get to know each other and her book. Today, Anne Green is interviewing Pebbles Wireman about her book. So, Anne, the microphone is all yours.
Thank you, Jim. So, Pebbles, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello. I am a writer and inspirational speaker who has overcome many storms in life to achieve the impossible. I continue to keep faith in the storms of my life and inspire others to do the same. In the summer before my senior year of high school, I sustained multiple injuries in a motor vehicle accident, including a traumatic brain injury that led to chronic daily migraines and a pseudotumor cerebri that causes fluid to create around my brain and adds pressure, causing damage to the brain and other vital organs in my body. Over the years, I have developed an autoimmune and connective tissue disorder that continues to attack and invade my body. I am now dependent upon a PICC line to get the nutrients I need. I have had over 100 surgery, and there is no cure for my disease. But I do not allow my illness to define who I am. I want my faith to. People with my illness spend every day in a dark room because migraines affect every part of your body. And one day my doctor asked me, "What makes you different than all my other patients?" I said, "That's simple, my faith." Despite the physical and mental challenges, many surgeries, and hospitalizations, I completed a bachelor's degree in communications and a master's degree in ministry. I now share my story of grit, determination, and faith through my speaking and writing.
Oh, wow. I see you are an overcomer, an inspiring person to know. I might call you even unique. You have an interesting name. Is there a story behind your name?
When people meet me, they always want to know if Pebbles is my real name. Actually, Pebbles is my real name. It was Thanksgiving Day, and my mom had just finished cleaning all the dishes from Thanksgiving dinner when she went into labor. She got to the hospital, and my dad got lost, and they found him in the waiting room watching the Flintstones. When he got to the room, my mom told him to pick a name for his baby girl. And that's when he picked the name Pebbles.
Fortunately, he picked a perky name for you. I don't think I would have trusted my husband to pick my baby's name without my input. Yours is not a name anyone will forget. So I think it's lovely.
An interesting fact about this is that my dad passed away a couple of years ago with dementia, but my siblings always thought it was interesting that he never forgot my name.
That is precious. I'm so sorry your dad had that awful disease, but he never forgot his baby girl. So let's hear more about you. Do you have any hobbies?
I spend my extra time ministering to children in the hospital. I started a project for kids in the hospital that provides treatment buddies to children through the Mookie Project. I offer hope in the form of a sock monkey. Over the years, the nurses and I bonded over a sock monkey that a friend brought to me in the hospital. I named it Mookie. I do not know where the name came from, but it means fun and adventurous, a perfect name for my buddy. The first time I had Mookie at the hospital, the nurse put a Band-Aid on his hand to match the one she put on mine. And over time, the nurses continued to add bandages, IVs, masks, and etc. It became a competition. It all matched what I was having done. Mookie goes with me whenever I have surgery or go to the hospital. Today I look at Mookie and I can't believe it represents everything I've gone through. But you know what? I wasn't alone. Even though it was Mookie with me, it's a reminder that God was always with me. The hospital can be a very lonely place and sometimes a scary place. I realize children go through the same things I go through, and I'm an adult going through it. Mookie has made a huge difference for me and my treatments. Therefore, I started the Mookie Project to give the children the same joy and peace I found having Mookie at my side. Through the Mookie Project, I hope that I can offer the same hope in the form of a sock monkey so children in the hospital do not have to go through their treatments alone.
Mookie for monkey. I'm sure those kids love those sock monkeys. Seeing sick children in the hospital must be difficult for you. Do you have a favorite Bible verse that helps you through those situations?
Yes, Psalm 139:14. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well.
Thank you for sharing, Pebbles. Those are verses that also help me through the darkest days of my own life. I'm in the midst of memorizing those verses. I'm sure many of our listeners love those verses as well. But back to writing. How long have you been writing?
I have been writing since I can remember. It has been a part of me. But I first became published last November 2024.
With your interesting history, I'm sure our listeners would like to know why you started writing.
Over the years, my hand would take me where my heart had been. The pages became my therapy, my refuge, and my best friend. Pages filled with secrets never told, lost in a world of the unknown. Soon my pencil would meet the pages that hold my darkest secrets untold. Just like life, the once so vivid and clean pages are filled with darkness and soot. Writing is a part of me, getting lost in the pages. When the words flow to the music of my heart, it becomes poetry on the page. My journal became my best friend as the word became my very being sealed within the cover. As the years passed by, my writing was no longer my secret hiding place. Pouring my heart into essays at school, competing in original oratory on speech team and winning competitions, I spent 18 years of my life writing from the music of my heart. Today, my words are no longer my own. They are inspired by the greater one living within me.
Oh, I love hearing about the music of your heart. What book are we discussing today?
My first book is the story of my life. It is Finding Faith in the Storm. My book takes you along the journey of my life and through the trenches to overcoming the battles set before me. In my book, I share the faith that doesn't make it easier. It makes it possible to get through the storms of life.
How well I know that. That is so true. Will you tell our listeners some details about finding faith in the storm?
It's the first book I wrote, my memoir. Finding Faith in the Storm is my personal journey of overcoming adversity to inspire others with my message of hope and perseverance. This book testifies not to my weakness, but to my faith and perseverance. I encourage others, no matter what storms in life and obstacles you are going through, you can get through it through faith.
Amen to that. Everyone can use a book like that. What are you working on now?
Right now, I'm finishing a Mookie journal to go along with Mookie. Mookie will be delivered with the treatment buddies to the children in the hospital. I'm also working on a devotion to go along with Finding Faith in the Storm. We each go through different storms in life, and although they are different, we all get through them the same way, through faith and perseverance. I'm looking forward to also continuing to work on a children's book series. I began it a couple of years ago, and I will be completing that after these 2 books. Sometimes things don't go in the order we plan, but they end up going in the perfect order and timing.
Well, I'd love to hear an excerpt of Finding Faith in the Storm. Would you read an excerpt?
Thank you for asking. Here it goes. Is it a dream? My life was stolen from me on that day. A drunk driver ran me off the road. My body was thrown from the car as it tumbled into a deep ditch. I awoke in a moment of fog, looking down at all that was around me. Was it a dream, or was it really happening to me? I do not remember the moments that followed, or the moment a complete stranger, Deborah, laid me in the back seat of her car, wiping the blood from my face as she continued praying over me. Lying there bruised, cut, and broken, and bleeding, the sirens overtook the silence that once plugged the air. Police cars, fire trucks, and ambulance and emergency personnel crowded the road. Overwhelmed by all that was happening, Deborah answered their questions as the EMTs lifted my body from the back seat of the green Buick Park Avenue. The smoldering sun barreled down on my face as they gently laid me on a hard, narrow gurney. In a state of shock, Deborah explained to the officers, I was on the way home from running errands nearby. As I rounded the curve, I glimpsed at a car flipped upside down in the ditch on the side of the road. The wheels were still spinning as I pulled over and reached inside the bulky car phone bag for the phone to call 911. It took me a minute to realize I was the first person to arrive on the scene of the accident. While I was on the phone, a young girl covered in blood made her way up the hill to the edge of the road. At that moment, I knew something was wrong. As she neared the top of the embankment, I got a closer look at her. Her face was bruised and bloodied. I knew there was no way she could have made it up the hill on her own. It was as if angels were carrying her. Deborah continued to explain to the officer, I could not believe what I was seeing. Where did this girl come from? Was she driving that car? Was she all alone? How do I help her?
That is so emotional. This book is your memoir. The Bloody Girl Was You. So, how did the car accident affect your life?
The automobile accident that happened over 25 years ago still impacts my life today. I sustained multiple injuries, including a traumatic brain injury that left lesions on my brain and causing debilitating, life-changing diagnoses. Despite the physical and mental challenges, many surgeries, hospitalizations, I continue to fight, not allowing my health to define, but I am allowing my faith to shine through. Although I battle multiple illnesses, I have not allowed them to stop me from fulfilling my lifelong dream of becoming an author and ministering to children in the hospital.
Oh, Pebbles, you are such an inspirational person. Well, this is a book I intend to read, and I think our listeners will want to as well. Where can we find your book?
My book is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and other online stores.
Is there a place where listeners can learn more about you? Do you have a website?
Yes, it is www.pebbleswireman.com. I am also on Facebook at author Pebbles Wireman.
Jim Yarbrough here again. Thank you, Pebbles and Ann, for a wonderful interview. Pebbles, your book sounds just absolutely riveting. Listeners, please check out Pebbles' book, Finding Faith in the Storm. Go to Amazon.com and put in Pebbles Wireman. in the search bar, and her book, Finding Faith in the Storm, should pop up. So, listeners, we're glad you joined us. We loved having you and hope you meet with us next week when we will spotlight well-known author Karen Richardson. You won't want to miss her exciting interview. In the meantime, read a good book, hopefully one you've heard of here on our podcast, We've Got Books, and share with your friends how fun and informative our podcasts are. We have over 40 interviews with your favorite authors about their books, and we know you'll discover some you love. So listen again to We've Got Books, and have a splendid, blessed week.